All right, boys and girls. Haven't been on making a video here in a while, so I want to go ahead and pop one out. Been seeing more and more irrefutable evidence on this flat Earth. I already know it's not spinning on a globe. I'm going to go with the Bible. I'm going to go with the firmament. The water's above, the water's below. Okay, I'm going to go with God on this whole thing. But anyway, man, I'm going to go over this again real quick like. This cannot be on TikTok. I've been banned from TikTok 4 times. On YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, if you comment, anybody comments, I can't see it. Okay, so I cannot comment back. I don't know what the hell is going on with YouTube, but my comments and other comments are not coming through. Is what it is. Okay, so once again, let's start from scratch. These snipers that use high-powered rifles that go 400 yards. The bullet is traveling, whatever, 1,800 mile an hour. They have a little computer box that they use because they claim that the bullet is going to drift because the earth is spinning under the bullet. So what they just said is that if you are not attached to the ball that is spinning 1,000 miles an hour, then it's spinning under you. Okay, that would make perfect sense if that were true. Okay, the real fact of the matter is that the bullet is going 400 or 500 yards and it's going to drift naturally. It's going to lose velocity. It's going to lose whatever it's going to before it hits the ground. So it is going to drift on its own a little, maybe an inch, maybe 2 inches, depending on how hard the wind is blowing and whatever factors are involved. Okay, so it's a natural thing. But they claim, once again, that because that bullet is not attached to the earth, which is spinning underneath it, that it is going to drift. So you got to adjust your scope accordingly. Okay? These are the professionals now, the scientists, the ones that, believe in Satan, follow Satan. So anyway, guys, now we got that out of the way. Let's look at, the more I'm learning on all this shit, okay, now, according to the firmament, which is above the earth, the dome, all the stars are in the firmament. Okay, they're not millions and millions and billions of miles away like NASA, Satan, is trying to deceive you with. Okay, they're within the firmament. So let me tell you guys something. You can set your camera on this one star. It's called Polaris. That's the star that's right up in the center. Okay, all these stars are going around in circles. There's one star that's in the center of them all, which, guess what? Because the spinning, that one stays right where it's at over and over and over. The Big Dipper, the Little Dipper, and all these other stars, they're going around in circles above you. They're not millions of miles away. This one star, Polaris, if you set a scope on it, it never moves. That's impossible. If the earth is spinning 1,000 miles, let's say you put your scope on it and the earth is spinning 1,000 miles an hour and that freaking star is out in space, which is not connected to the earth. It's not in the atmosphere. It's not connected to nothing. It's freaking 2 trillion miles out in space, but it's not moving. Okay, so you set a telescope on it and there it's going to sit day in, day out, 365 days a year, 2 trillion years straight in a frickin' row. That star is not going to move. Why? Because it's at the top of the center of the spinning stars within the firmament. Does that make sense to anybody? There is no possible way that we are zipping around in the universe at 666,000 miles per hour, spinning 1,000 miles per hour, and that star does not move out of your scope. Never moves. Night after night, day after day. It stays right there in the center with all the other stars going around, and they all stay right there too, going round and round and round every night. It's like, dude, this is crazy. Okay? So if that don't prove to you jello heads that something ain't right, okay, what they're telling you is wrong, the real question you got to ask yourself is, why are they trying to tell you that the earth is some insignificant speck of dust in the middle of the universe and all these galaxies and all these universes, when the Bible really says that the earth is huge and that is God's footstool is the earth, and there's a lot of emphasis on the earth In fact, if you read the Bible, Satan tells Jesus that, you know what? All of this, the earth, has been given to me, and I will give it to you if you bow down and worship me. So that tells me that the earth is much, much bigger than a speck of dust in the middle of a gigantic galaxy, according to the Bible. Now, let's look at some other things. Get online, go to Google, and you're going to see that you get a calculator online, curvature of the earth. Okay, so I think it's every 10, 20 miles, 20 miles alone, 20 miles away, 10 miles away, I think it is even, the curvature of the earth is going to drop like 66 feet. Okay, if you go to Lake Michigan and you go to Chicago, you got all them skyscrapers. Okay, some of them are 2,000, 3,000 feet tall, whatever it is. And Lake Michigan is 110 miles wide. So if you get on your little calculator on Google, it's going to tell you that the curvature, the drop of the earth at that distance, 110 miles, is like, what is it, 6,600 feet? Okay, so what they just told you there is that if you go to the other side of Lake Michigan, there is no freaking way that you can use a high-powered telescope and see any of the skyscrapers, because they would all be below the curvature of the earth. Now, you can do this with any city or anything anywhere. Okay, but there have been people that have used high-powered telescopes on the other side of Lake Michigan, and there they are, the skyscrapers, you know, right there in plain view. Okay, the only thing that really distorts the picture is because when you're trying to look at the skyscrapers, you're getting the water in the picture as well, in the view, and that sort of throws off the focus. But there they are. There's your skyscrapers. That's impossible because they would be well below, you know, the curvature of the earth. You would not be able to see them. Okay, now let's take a little ship. Take your little boat. Put a big red flag on a pole, stick it up, I don't know, 20 feet in the air with a big red flag. Head on out into the ocean or head on out into Lake Michigan. Have somebody standing on the bank with a high-powered camera or a telescope. You go out 20 miles. Okay, 20 miles, I think it's over like 100 and something feet drop of the curvature of the earth. There is no possible way, and then people should be able to see you 10 miles out, let alone 20, because you're going to drop over the curve. But when they look through that scope, there you are. They're going to see the whole frickin' boat and the flag and you as you're waving at them. So what does that tell you? You know, you guys, water stays level. Water doesn't go around the earth as it's spinning. You know, I mean, come on, man, you guys, you can't be that stupid. Water doesn't bend around. Lake Michigan doesn't bend around. None of them do. Any lake, any river, any puddle of water stays level. Any pool, you name it. I mean, that's just physics. You know, what else? But really, man, the real kicker is Polaris. That star up in the sky that never moves. That's impossible. Because they're claiming that star is 100 million light years away or whatever, however, and it's not attached to the earth, it's not attached to anything, and we're spinning all over the frickin' place through the cosmos, and there that star is in your view, and it doesn't move. Them Georgia Guidestones down there in Georgia, you know, that the Satanists put up. For some reason, they put a little window in them stones, and if you look through that window, it focuses right on Polaris, right on that star, and there's that star staying right frickin' there. Does not move. If you look through that window, see it's some kind of Satanist bullshit, Freemason, whatever's going on with that. You know, these Satanists around the world that work for Satan, they put them stones up, and for whatever reason, they cut a little hole out where you can look at Polaris. But again, Polaris doesn't move. That is literally impossible. I'm just going to say it again. You got to be a head full of jello to think that we're spinning it all over the damn place and that star stays in place if you're looking through a hole or you're looking through a telescope and doesn't move. There's no way. Airplane. I live by an airport. Okay, once again, the bullet that's not attached to the earth will drift because the earth is spinning under it. What about airplanes? What about birds that fly up in the air and they can just go around in circles and you never see them go anywhere? If the earth is spinning 1,000 miles an hour, that is 17 miles per minute. So here I live by an airport. I see these big planes coming, and I can literally sit here and watch them for 5 minutes, 6 minutes, as they come at me and go over me and keep on going straight, nice and right towards the airport. These big, whatever, going to Florida, commercial airlines. Within 1 minute, I should be 17 miles away, well out of the viewing area of seeing these planes, because I'm attached to the earth. They are not attached to the earth. Well, now you get these idiots that say, well, no, the atmosphere is dragging them with it. Well, that's not true, because what if the plane is going east or west or north or south? Because the earth is spinning this way, west to east. So if the plane is going south, it's going to drag it east. So it's all total bullshit. And that's exactly what it is. What else? That's it, guys. I mean, there's just so much proof the earth is not spinning. It's not flat. I mean, if they're spinning 1,000 miles an hour, the clouds, some days they move, some days they don't move. Some days they go this way, some days they go that way, some days they don't move at all. They can sit there and watch the same cloud for 10 hours. But if you move, let's say you start driving and you get 20 miles away, all of a sudden that cloud is gone. Okay? Because you moved. But if you stay in the same spot, it's right with you. Anyway, man. Once again, Polaris is the kicker. That's the proof. There is no freaking way that a star 100 million light years away is going to stay in position. And no, what really makes sense is that it's right up there in the firmament. It's the North Star, whatever the hell you want to call it, and it's not moving. It's fixed in that position. Okay? And we are not spinning. We are not moving. We are right in line with that star 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, year after year after year. That's the only explanation for that. Once again, NASA lies to you. The government lies to you. They all worship Satan. They all work for Satan. It's all about deceiving you. Okay? The Bible says everyone is deceived. The whole world is deceived. It's all about deceiving your simple-minded asses, because humans are simple-minded. We believe what we're told by these Satanists, and they know that. That's how they get away with it. They can literally tell you anything and inject you with anything, and they get away with it. Why? Because you trust Satan, because you trust his little minions, and that's how they get away with it, because people are too simple-minded. Absolutely. You're so preoccupied with everything else, your life, your work, your this, your that. You're not trying to figure shit out and realize that you're being deceived, like the Bible says. These people are deceiving you. They're leading you straight to hell. They're leading you straight down Satan's path. Okay? Mark of the beast. Coming right up. Take this, little sheep. Take this, you guys. It's good for you. And guess what? 95% of people do as they're told. Why? Because they believe the Satanists. They believe Satan. It's all about being deceived. Wake up. Peace out. Take care. God bless. Have a great day.